I think we're live. I think we're live. Hey, you two, how y'all doing? I'm going to go ahead and put this on all messages right now. I don't have on the ring light back here, and I don't think I'm going to keep it off, but I'm going to wipe off the lens again. Today, excuse me, so rude. Today we're doing a roundup, recap, review of the palettes that we used in April. I have the list at 20, but it's really 28. Hey, Janet, because I was also counting the CC Beauty palette and using the Mayron paints and all of that. But we're not going to count the Mayron paints or the CC Beauty palette. And I've been doing some more decluttering, y'all. Hey, Janessa. I'm down to 35 palettes. And I remember saying before, like, my sweet spot is like in the low 60s. I am feeling so good. It's like the less stuff I have, most times I feel better. I'm trying to find somewhere to put this mirror. And one palette is on the fence, and so it may be 36. Popped in before I had to rehearsal. Okay, thank you, Janessa. Janessa says tomorrow I'm going to send you some stuff. I was waiting for Mama to go because I wanted you to enjoy your time with her. On the other side, stuffs. Yeah. So thank you for being here. We are definitely a multi-tasking bunch. So one palette is on the fence, and so I may be at 36 or the 35 if I decide not to keep it. And I am like seriously excited about that. And thank you, Janessa. And I'm excited about the no-buy because I have everything. I just saw this just now. This is like down to here. This is the Mayron makeup remover. I am not repurchasing this because I didn't have it that long. And it sounds like it's like down, like a little less than halfway already. And I'm like, so having 35, 36 palettes, have a flight, but I'm watching until boarding. Oh, have a safe flight. I'm really thinking not to do the palette roundups anymore. I remember when I was at 60 something and I asked before, and the consensus was still do it because people like hearing people talk about palettes. But when I being down to 35, 36, hey Skinny Queen, it's going to be the same palettes every month because if I do a look a day, which I don't, and when I pair palettes, you know, that's another usage. And so I see myself easily using 35 palettes in a month. And so, but what we'll see. Instead of the City Beauty lip oil, which I do have a little bit left in here, I'm going to put on Slippery. This is MAC Lip Glass Cushion High Pigment Lip Oil. And this shade is Slippery and it's mid-tone pink with pearl. So I am loving their lip cushions. It escaped me in the beginning that these were lip oils too, and I think that's why I like them so much. And I think I might have mentioned I like it better than the Fenty Gloss Bombs because the Gloss Bombs, they have that shiny thing, and no particles, or it's not quite glitter. But I find that if I put on too much and I do this, I can see the lines in it, and when it starts to wear off, yes, we noticed you were gone. But I am really digging these. This one I was surprised. This one is a color. This looks like it's darker than Maleficent. And this one is a lip oil too. And I remember she kept saying, oh, they're very pigmented. And some of these I'm like, no, they're not. This one is not. Hey, Grace. But I was like, but I just love them. And I can easily like reapply them. And I don't get that goopy feeling. I don't get the lines. And so this is Slippery. And how the wand is, I can't see it against my skin. So why am I holding that up? Let's hold it up against my remote control for my fan. So one side is curved. Well, both sides are curved. The curve on the inside, I've been using that for my bottom lip because it just hugs my bottom lip. And then I'll turn it over and use the outside curve for up here. And so this is that. So it's not quite a color because this one is really light. But I am really digging these, and I've been carrying them with me. I do have one more backup of the plumping lip oil, and I have an open nighttime lip oil, and I have a backup of that one. Hey, Michelle A. Davidson, I have a question for you. Well, number one, how are you doing? And number two, there's something I am refreshing because I had two of them. Okay, but I'm gonna see if I can reach it because I have a question for you. Oh, and I have a question for the rest of the trolls in general. I did, my other lipstick containers caved in, my holders. And so I have everything set up. These are those chunky blend bunny ones, and they fit. And I was so excited. Oh, thank you, Michelle. I was so excited that they fit in there. So now all of my lippies are here, except for the lip oil. But I do have, and so I purchased 3 because it's 24 in here. Those hold 8. I'm glad you're much better. And so this holds 24. Do any of you want this? If you want this, I'll just send it to you. And it is that acrylic. The only thing with these, though, and actually with the other ones, is that stuff is going to move. They will stand up straight when it's flat, but if you move it, you're going to have that weird sound that might be annoying to some people. But where was that one at? Are you back there? Yeah. But if any of you want this, just message me. Do you really, Skinny Queen? You don't need it. So, Janessa, Janet, Michelle A. Davidson, Grace. Let me know if you need this. Nina, if you watch the replay, I don't know if I believe that, Skinny Queen. Where did you buy yours from? And so this is up for grabs. And so what I'm going to ask is, message me if you're on Instagram. Well, my stuff where you can find me is in the description box down below. Yes, no, because I bought, I'm not for lippies, I'm not, because I bought these hold 8. And I wanted to have all of my lippies in one place. And so because I have those, I don't need that anymore. And this is the extra one that I purchased. That's not with my lippies. This is my Fenty primer. This is a MAC sample spray, the City Beauty lip gloss, the speckle pen that Janessa sent me. These are no, they're not. These are glitter liners, Doraline, and these are my lash glues. And so even though I don't have lippies in this one, which was the extra one, other stuff fits in there quite nicely. I remember before somebody asked me, you got yours from Amazon? So ways to reach me is in my description box, either Instagram, Blue Sky, or my email address. So I am downsizing. I did declutter some more palettes, Michelle. And this is the one I wanted to show you because I'm refreshing this one. This is Salem Cosmetics Grunge Life. Would you like to have this palette? This is what it looks like. These metallics are very soft. Like you see the dips in it, and it's not that I use them a lot, which I did get use out of the palette, but so it looks like I was really digging in them, but these are soft, and I like those because they're not flaky, they're not chunky. This one is a smooth metallic. So if you would like this, Michelle, just send me a message on Instagram. I'm saying that because when this live is over, hey Yvonne, I'm saying that because when this live is over, I'll forget. And so if you do want this, I will just send this out to you, either that or it'll just go in my Macari store. But again, I did have another one of this. So I'll be using the newer one, and I'm decluttering this one. It is still good. There's nothing wrong with it. But while I was downsizing and decluttering, I was like, So, how are you, Yvonne? That is a pretty palette. You're welcome. I'm down to 35, 36 palettes. We're doing a recap of the palettes we used in April. And it's 35 or 36 because there's one palette I'm on the fence about. And so I was saying earlier, I'm not sure if I'll still keep doing the monthly roundups because I can easily use 35 palettes in a month, especially if I pair palettes, you know what I mean? So the other thing, there's two. Three things to show you before we get started. I remember somebody asked me what my favorite color was, and I was thinking makeup, and I said I don't have a favorite color, and I don't remember if it was Tanya or somebody else that was like, well, you said your favorite color is like a off shade burgundy-ish red type thing, and I was saying my oil diffuser is the exact shade of my favorite color. And I had been looking for it, like where, and I'm like, oh, it's got to be in my bedroom, right? Thank you, Skinny. I even remember 3 months. I like that it keeps track, and it sucks on whatever is happening on Michelle's end that it doesn't like automatically renew, and so that kind of makes me a little bit sad because the longevity is nice, and then you see, your badge will change colors. Um, but y'all, so I had went in my bedroom after the last time I said it was in my bedroom. It wasn't in there. So I'm like, well, Dad, where's it at? And I said, I'm not going to go crazy. My apartment's not that big. It's got to be somewhere. Y'all, guess where it was? Y'all will never guess where it is. There's a mirror, a lighted mirror right here. It was behind the mirror on the pony wall. And I remember showing y'all this, but this is not quite the color. And I do have a ceramic witchamajigger, and I like it because there's a thumb hole in it for when you hold it. And this is not quite the color either, but I got this and that because it is close to the color. This is my favorite color, and it is an oil diffuser. This is my favorite color. So you see how this is lighter than that? This is my favorite color. I don't know what color it is, and you see it's a lot lighter than this. Are these two similar? I wonder if I got these from the same place. And they do put their mark on it. And they do put their signature. I'm going to do this one because this has stuff in it. And so I'm looking to see if they're the same. It's looking like they are the same. So these I got from the same place at the same time. So that explains why that color is the same. But this is my favorite color. I don't know what to describe it as. Burgundy to me is more of a brown red. So like what color, and this is more of a red, but what color would y'all say this is? This is my favorite color in the whole entire world. And so I just say it's like an off shade of red, but not deep brown red like a burgundy. Like, I don't know, but this is my favorite color. And even though the oil has diffused, like when I shake it or when I do something with these, I do smell the peppermint. I have peppermint oil in there. So that's my favorite color. So Tanya, if you see the replay, that's my favorite color. But definitely, that's a maroon. Isn't maroon like more of a brown red? The same as a burgundy? I kind of feel like you're right though. There's like something on here. But the only reason I bought it was because of the color. This is my favorite color. That's my favorite color. And so I have 2 more. Why am I starting to sweat already? Remember I was telling y'all, I know I'm yapping a lot. Because once we get started, it'll go quick. Hopefully. Remember I was saying about the blank cards at Dollar Tree, how now burgundy is a brown red, maroon is like that. Maroon is like this. Okay. How it used to be an 8-pack of blank cards for $1, and now they're $125 for 6 cards instead of 8, and some have 4 for $1.25, and it's still inexpensive, but I'm like, it's the principle. Y'all, why did I go? I went to UPS the other day, and it's a dollar store, not a Dollar Tree, a dollar store next to CVS, and they had cards in there. I'm like, oh, let me just go see. Y'all, these are blank cards. It's 8 in a pack. I said, how much are these? They're $1. So I got 2 of these ones because I know I'm going to use them. They don't go bad. They just sit until I use them for when somebody buys something from a courier or if I send one to use something. So I'm like 8 in a pack for $1 at Dollar Store, not Dollar Tree. So I'm like, let me go see what other ones I like. And so this one, I got this as well. And I got this one. And so I was like, oh, really? All right, 2 more things to show you. Do I want to show this though? My Mayron order came in. I got some more glitters. And y'all know what the glitters look like. So I got the shades I didn't have. And I got some of the glitter shades I didn't have, and some of the precious gem powders that I didn't have. Also, I purchased another spatula because it gets sticky and messy as I use it. And if I'm somewhere and I'm using one, I'm going to get tired of how it feels. This is silver. Excuse me. This is their Gem Blend Makeup and Body Makeup Stick. And I only got one. Of course, they have a lot of colors. But I just wanted to see how it compared to... I wanted to see how it compared to... the cream paints, the ones that's in a tube. I wanted to see how they compare to that one. And so I only got one, and it comes in a thing. And what was I not supposed to turn it and pull it? Why are you... So that's all the product that... Wait a minute. It does have a thing down here. So this is winding it up. So I'm winding it the other way. So this is all the way. The hell? Yeah, so this is as far down as it goes. And so looking at the line on here, the product, this is how much product it is from here to here. And it's looking janky. It did look like it was all the way down. Otherwise, why would there be that line right there, which is probably inside? I don't want to jump the gun and say I wouldn't buy these, but do they put the prices on the invoice? I forget how much it is. All of their stuff is not expensive, but still. Because the ones I've seen, they weren't up this high. They were all the way. I think this one's defective because this is all the way down. But the ones I've seen, it was all the way down. So that means when I use it, be careful because I think I'm gonna contact them. That's what I think, and be like, is this supposed to be this way? They have a setting powder. I remember mentioning... Who's the scammer? Who are you talking about, Skinny Queen? Reach out and see if they'll replace it. Yeah, I'm gonna contact, because that's weird. Because I've seen, like, on YouTube, they have a channel, and this is what the guy was using when I said he just did dots all over his face and made a complete look with it. And I don't remember seeing it way up here. And this is as far... Wait a minute. Oh, wait, does it? See, now it's turning towards me, which it has stopped before. So are you going down or you're not? Yep. Yep, it does go all the way down. So it's just something with the mechanism. Maybe they were rushing to pack it. I don't know. So now we know this is the amount of product. The same as like eyeliners. Well, no, not really. But this is the amount of product. Yo, that was kind of because I'm like, if that has to stay like that, because in the video here on YouTube, he was just dipping. I didn't see the product, so I'm like, it wasn't all the way up like that. Okay, I feel a little better, except now I am sweaty still. So I remember saying they have a setting powder. The one I have is their color set powder, and it's translucent. They have a setting powder now, and they have different colors in setting powder. Yeah, I did, and I didn't want to put my fingers on it, but I used a cotton round. I kept turning it because it did stop turning down, but then it started turning down again, and then yeah, I did push it down and went in because I was just like, What I'm glad though is when I took the top off the first time that the whole piece just didn't like fall out. So I don't know, that's just weird because it's like in the cap. I'm at the... Okay, let me get off of that. And so they have different color setting powders. If you do green, like when I did Frankenstein, you can set the face with the green powder, blah, 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 blah. Why is the girl green? Because that's one of their paints. They have different color paints, the same as I have. Well, I have quite a few of their paints. And I was curious about it, but y'all, how little this damn thing is? I said, they fucking crazy. This is 0.25 ounces, 7 grams. And for the price they want, I thought it was going to be the size of the color set powder. The size of the color set powder fit in it almost filled up my fashion fair. And this is 0.58 or 3. 0.53 ounces. It almost filled this up, meaning up to this top, not all the way up, but up to here. So for this is 0.25. I'm not purchasing any more of these. But I did want to get one to see. The last thing I got, I remember saying why I did not get the other Scar Wax, the lighter one, but I ended up getting it. So this is it. Oh, I broke my no-buy. I used an exception already, and I did talk to my accountability partner about it because I had saw the wagons, the collapsible wagons, where you put your stuff in it and you can cart it around, which would be hella convenient when I'm out places. And at the conference this weekend, I'm working at the conference later this year, not at this one, but a lady I know, she had one, and I was like, because I had never seen it in person, and of course the reviews are like da-da-da, and so she was telling me how much she likes it, da-da-da. So I messaged my accountability partner, and I'm like, I'm gonna get this because that'll make it hella convenient instead of me making multiple trips to carry stuff, and especially for the conference in September, because there's a vendor room and I'll be in there, and of course our rooms that we reserve at the hotel are not there, so it would be a lot of back and forth, and it came in 2 days, and so I'm looking at it. I did open the box. I need to put it together. It's also in green. Yeah, they have green, red, blue, but that's too little for that. And then they say put on. They don't say an excessive amount, but yeah, put on an excessive amount, and then you brush off the loose powder. That's too little for that. That's too little for that. Your lamp just. So something I'm excited about. I forgot to put it back in the box. It happened pretty quickly, and I don't think I mentioned it. Someone reached out to me about receiving colored contact lenses, and from on Instagram, Leah Evangelista, she did a post saying that a brand reached out to her about colored contact lenses, and what she liked is that they also do prescription. I haven't had my contact lens prescription renewed in probably like 4 or 5 years, and so I opted just for the regular ones. And so they sent me, let's open the box. The brand is Gold Star. I did schedule all of the 2010 looks. We'll just move something and pop this in here to use these. They have a 6-month expiration date from when you open it. So 6 months after you open it, and it does say expiration date on here, which this one says it expires December 25th, 2030. But she said after you open it, it's only good for 6 months. And so I'm going to only open one. And I didn't even open any of them yet, did I? Yeah, I did. Also in here, she said they'll also send contact lens solution, which was great because I don't have any anymore. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So they send contact lens solution. And the video will be short. Just me putting them in. They had these in here. I didn't know what it was. And I had trouble finding them on Instagram and on YouTube. And so, but I saw somebody use this. I do still have, I like that this has a lip on it, so you gotta actually open it. Oh, these are cute. It has a R, and this side has a heart. And I saw these in here. I'm like, what is this for? Because contacts, just, But I was watching one of their videos. This has a suction, and she went like this and popped it in. So this is to put them in and out. And so I am going to try that. I'm going to wash them first. And this, they use to remove it. They put it in, which me, I just, but I thought that was really cool how they put all the gadgets in here. I am really about to start to sweat. I think that was everything to show you. Now we're gonna, if I can get this back in here, then we're gonna get to these palettes. So yeah, I'm down to 35 or 36, and I'm thinking just to go ahead and declutter the other one, because why is it a thought? You know what I'm saying? But I do like it. It's just, yeah. So I did not. Okay, they come in separate ones. So this shade. So I got like a black, blue, green, hazel, pink. Of course, this one is the pink. Actually, this one says is purple. Okay. And I don't know if I'm going to open them all at the same time, because I can use these for role play looks and, you know, stuff like that. But I'm like, if they're all going to be bad in 6 months. Hey, Tanya. Tanya, were you the one that reminded me what I said my favorite color was? Because I found my oil diffuser. It was behind my mirror on a pony wall. That's behind my mirror. The one like right here I'm looking at right now. So I think I'll just show them all. Yes, I think I'm going to show them all in the video that I do. So that way. That's pretty. What color does this one say? This one says blue. And so I doubt that, I don't know, I'll see how I feel. I'm doubting that I'll open them all at the same time, because they expire in 6 months. So, you know what, did I open all of these? And so I am excited about it. And the reason I didn't try to get the prescription ones is because my contact prescription helps me see distance. And then this is, so I guess we're going to look at all of them. And this one says it's green. So this will be my first time wearing color contact lenses. And so I did message Leo on Instagram, and I asked her if the brand that sent her the color contacts was this brand. And she was like, no, I never heard of that brand. And because it was a 2-part question, she didn't answer like where it was or home. I was like, what brand sent you the contact lenses? Was it this brand? So she answered back, no, it wasn't this brand. So I don't know what brand it was. But on her Instagram, there's only like a couple followers. And so I'm kind of like, so I'm wondering if it's just a brand new company. These must be the black. So I am going to open these because I am curious to see how the black looks. You just got your awesome. And they did give me a code and all of that. I think it's already down below. I want to say they give you 20% off. If not, Restar, RESTAR 20 will give you 20% off. That's the paper that's in here. So I am sweating, y'all. Y'all know I hate this sweat. Ugh. All right, so let's get into these palettes. And so that's all the stuff that I had to show y'all. So I'll plug this in somewhere and move one of the lives that's already scheduled. And I haven't done the thumbnails. I haven't done description boxes. I've been doing like so much stuff lately, y'all. So the brands of palettes that I have. She's trusting peeps to act like adults. Dion is living dangerously with no mods. It's been really good lately. Don't jinx me. It's been really good for like a month, I would say. Yo, I'm gonna turn this fan on because I am sweating. I am sweating. I'm sweating. What's the temperature in here? It says it's 75 in here. I forget what it says it is outside. So let's turn that on. People have been nice, Michelle. It's been probably like a month because I remember saying, you know, I'm thinking of, you know, just letting Janet and Janessa, you know, have a sabbatical so they can just watch and enjoy the video and not be on alert looking for crazy people. But, oh, that feels so good. That feels so good when it oscillates my way. So yeah, it stayed good, and so I'm like, we'll see what happens, because I can always bring them back. So the brands of eyeshadow I have is MAC Cosmetics, Notoriously Morbid, Lethal Cosmetics, Pat McGrath, Natasha Denona, Makeup by Mario, and Hung Vango Beauty. That's all I have as far as brands. And so I really feel like having 35 or 36, the monthly roundups would all be the same. They would all be the same. So we'll see if we do one next month. One of the palettes we used in April was, thank you for the heart, Moonlit Seduction from Pat McGrath Labs. I did actually kind of miss this when I didn't have it. I only get 3 looks out of here that I remember. We don't want you to say it's going good and then it turns into no, a Thursday. Tuesdays are good. It was the Thursdays. Thank you for the hearts. And one time I got so confused. Because Janessa wasn't here. She was doing a production or something. And she had texted me saying, I hope tonight wasn't a Thursday. And I said, no, it's a Tuesday. She said, no, a Thursday. And she put in capital letters and put like extra R, extra U's and extra R's. And I said, oh, you mean a Thursday? Yeah, so it's been good. Surprisingly, I did miss this. And what surprised me about it is because I only get like 3 looks out of here, maybe 4. Because even though I tried to do different looks, it just, if I use this shade, it's going to look like a different look I did with that shade. This is a beautiful shade. But I actually missed it. And I was surprised. And so this is a repurchase. And I did repurchase Subversive. So we used this last month. And see, that's what it'll be. Every month it'll be, I used this last month. I used this last month because I can easily use 35, 36 palette in a month. So I want to put all Natasha's together. Keepers. Might as well, right? And actually, excuse me, all of hers are next. And these are in no particular order. Oh, excuse me, I am like bubbling over here. But you know what? Some of these are not hers. Okay, so let's move this again. That fan feels so good. Circle Loco, y'all know. Y'all know. Y'all know. Y'all know. I love this palette. And I learned from that light blue eye look I did for the collab. The Shapeshifter cat. Yes, excuse Bruce, thank you. And I put this on the lid. I was shocked that I really liked it because when I put it in this area, it looks dusty, but it didn't look dusty on my lid. So I learned something new. So I'm glad I tried something new because I learned something new. Y'all know me and this palette. There's another palette that I decluttered that was a light purple pinky palette, and even though Leela is not an all purple palette, which is what you would think seeing this, because you do have some variety in here, so I decided that I'm going to keep this one, and I decluttered the other one. Oh, that's here. We're going to talk about that too. And so even though we have a lot of light shades up here, like this shade is bold, that one's bold. This one gives it a little bit of depth. It's a metallic, so it's not really dark. But I do really, it's just a pretty color story. And y'all know I love her formula. And this was a repurchase for me. It just works for me. And I would love her to bring this formula back, but we know she's not because she's done moved on to other formulas. This one is my Bronze Bloom, Retro Glam, and Yucca palette. This one I'm decluttering. I did this color story. Michelle, also let me know if you would like this one. This one in Selling Cosmetics Grunge Life. And if so, I'll just send them both over to you. This is a palette that I would buy. And I do really like the color story. But when I look at the looks that I did, I'm like, I can do that with other stuff. And I did have a day where I did, okay, let me look in other palettes to see. And so, yeah, so this one is being decluttered as well. After I did all of that to it, right? And so, but I'll send you, if I remember, Michelle, I'll send you. It really is. I agree, Tanya. This color story, some people wouldn't know what to do with it, but people who like more goth, more grungy type looks, I mean, yeah. And these are all the metallics down here at the bottom row. Excuse me for that glare. This is a metallic, and this one is no, I think this is a creamy matte or a cream to powder, and this is definitely cream to powder. And so, yeah, I really like this, but this is a combination of 4 different palettes from Natasha. And so if I remember, Michelle, I'll send you pictures if she's still here. Natasha Denona Retro Glam. It just works. I love her formula. Yes, this is a lighter palette. And I remember explaining a few times like why I'm not going to mix them up again. But it serves a purpose, you know. 'Cause even though I like the darker stuff, the grungy stuff, the goth stuff, I have to be more intentional with what I'm doing. But something like this, everything is going to go together. Everything's going to look right because they are on the lighter side, um, and it is pretty. You have a look request for May. Awesome. You know what to do. And so I just do. I do like this palette. So much so that I repurchased. When she had her end of year sale last year before my no buy, that's when I re-upped on her palette. Glam palette. This is like that elegant glam look, whatever you do with it. If you want to smoke out a look, you want to put this on your outer corner because it's not going to really be dark. But it is very easy. This is one that I do travel with for Academy because y'all see me on videos. I'm just like, I am exhausted. This is like this one. I can just throw something on and it's going to look right. And every time I wear makeup, not even just Natasha, every time I wear eyeshadow, somebody's like, oh, your makeup is pretty. Your makeup is pretty. And I'm like, thank you. So we also used the Dramatic palette. Hey, Dawn! And this is what this looks like. I'm still on the fence with this one. And I am reminding myself to just appreciate it for what it is. Well, no, to accept it for what it is. Because with another palette, I want to say, I forget which one it was, but I was like, I'm just not feeling it. But when I said, you know what, stop wanting it to be something it's not. And when I accepted it for what it was, I really started liking that palette. And so I'm waiting for that feeling to come. Like, yeah, I really do enjoy this palette, but I still really don't. Like and I miss Biba. I actually miss having Biba. And so I'm thinking, like, am I going to re-up on it? Well, I'm not, unless I use an exemption, because our Novi has started. But I do actually really miss having Biba, and maybe because it has darker shades in it, because even this shade is not that dark on me. And I'm just like, why did you fool me? Why are you playing with my emotions? But I am really trying hard to just accept it for what it is. But it's just, these are the two darkest rose. This is not dark. That's not dark. It's not. And so really it's just these two shades and this one. So it's like all of this right here. And still it serves a purpose. When I do the natural looks, the neutral looks, the glam looks, like it does serve a purpose. But so I'm holding on. And at least this would be good in my kit, because when I work events, some people do want just like natural looks, and it's usually people who don't wear makeup that often. They're like, oh, just do something natural, something neutral. This would really work for that. And then if they didn't want anything dark, I could even just use this black or brown. My fingers are weird because I'm weird. I can use either one of these two for eyeliner color. But I'm trying, and I do find myself reaching for it, and so it is serving a purpose. But it's usually one of those type of looks, or if I just need a there not there shadow for transition for something else, this comes in handy for that, because these three, like, well, that one too, it's not going to show up much. So it serves a purpose. I don't regret buying it. I'm hella glad I didn't buy the lighter one. I am still sweating. But I'm trying. This is Rose from the Dead. This one is the one that I am replacing. Well, not replacing, but this is the one I'm decluttering because I have Leela. And this does have a lot of lighter, well, not a lot because it's a smaller palette. I'm buying only 3 because Leela has, how many shades? But so I am decluttering this one. And the formula in here is really decent. It really is. And these metallics, I forgot that was a dual chrome. This one right here. So you can see the dips in it. This is that smooth dual metallic. What am I talking about? The smooth metallic formula. And so I am decluttering this one. All the looks I did with it I really like, but all of them are really light as well. And I can do light looks. But this one is a dual chrome too. Not as strong as this one, but this one kind of gold greeny. So this is one of the ones that's being decluttered too. Because I did again look at my other palettes and what I had, opened them up, compared the colors. This one is Rose from the Dead Volume 2. And so if you want that one, let me know. So I will put this with, what other one? Oh. This one and Selling Cosmetics Grunge Life. So I am going to put them separate from other palettes, and so hopefully I'll remember I set them aside to send you a picture. So those are the Natashas that we used in April. So we used one Lethal BYOP, the 669 dupe that I have. Excuse me, y'all know I love this palette. Excuse me for that hiccup. So this is what that is. I'm looking at this one right here. This is pretty. That is pretty. So this is that. Like, what can I say? I really love this palette. I am still holding on to hope that they're going to bring it back to Beauty Bay from overseas, from whatever overseas too, from the brand. And we also use, well, now we're getting into Notoriously Morbid Spellcast Beauty stuff. Notoriously Morbid, the Nightmare palette, which I really like. And this is the one that had those two hard pan shades in there. And I just used like a stiff brush and used those shades for lower lash line. But this is that color story. I really do like the color story. It's a lot to work with in here. It is a lot. This shade, this is a flaky beast. The shimmers are hella pretty. They're hella messy too. But when I saw this, I was like, oh. And it's deceptive because it's so small. It is so small. Like, it's like, I could, like, look at this. But I really do enjoy this palette. The Merry Mean one that I used to do the Grinch look. Somebody's been watching my older videos because I've been seeing this, the look at that Grinch look in my feed. So I don't know who's watching my older stuff, but they brought it back to life in the algorithm. So this is what that looks like. This, when I look in person, is like a gold green. This one, this is what I see in person with that. And then it turns that red shade. This is a beautiful palette. And even though it does have a lot of light looks in here, a lot of light shades in here, you do, like this gives me depth. So does this one, and these two. This one does a little something. And this purple is a really nice shade. And so I really do enjoy this palette. And I do like this formula because sometimes their metallics are really glittery. And they're messy. These are not like that. And I remember I was excited to use it. Hey, Grace, when I first got it. And I rushed to use it because it was like a couple days till the family dinner for Christmas Eve. And I was just like, I'm doing a Grinch look and I'm using that palette. So I remember I rushed in the, before, I don't know what it was that was happening, but I'm like, I'm going to show this now to do the swatch party. I'm like, I'm going to do the swatch party now because I'm going to use this in a few days. And then we have Dark Side of the Rainbow. What you see on the outside is more or less what's on the inside. And it's a dark palette. What can I say? This is that shift we all have. We know we love that blue to red shift. This is that green to brown. Actually, it's purple. Green to brown. But then there's a red too. So this is green, brown, and red. Because that's like a reddish. Here's the green. And then there's the purple. So that's a multichrome. This one seems to just have two. The red and the blue. So there's that. And I do. And even though this doesn't look dark, this is these two right here. I don't know what kind of sorcery is in this palette. But I like it and it works. All right. I was trying to think of a song for you today, Tanya, and I couldn't think of one. We also used Veil of Tofana. I really like this palette. You know what? And I'm saying that about everything, which is great, because I remember even like years ago, I'm like, I want everything to be something that I really enjoy, that I really like. And so hearing myself continuing to say that, I'm like, yeah, you where you want it to be. This palette, I want to say Elixir Code is messy, but I don't remember. It's either this one or this one. And you can see how it looks like it wants to be flaky. This one looks like it wants to be flaky. This one is very creamy, so is this one and this one. So there's different formulas in there. And you can see how this one has that dip, that same shift, that red, the blue, the purple. This is hella bright, and it surprises me. Because even though it looks bright. It is like, whoa. And I really like this. It's just, I don't even know what to say. I just enjoy this palette, and I do enjoy the formula in here. This one looks like it wants the hard pan, but it's not, because there's like this little shiny part like right there, but it's not hard pan. And every time I use it, I'm like, that's a dual chrome too, because I'm seeing orange where you are, but then it's gold when you turn it. Oh, the Twitchly Morbid be tricking me. And so this one, Bell of Tofana. 15% off code down below. I don't know what's still available and what's not, because they stopped selling a lot of stuff. Y'all, they come out with something new, it seems like every week. And I'm just like, y'all busy. This is the Spellcast Beauty side of Notoriously Morbid Lady of Shalott. I know I told the story of how I came to have it, so I'm not going to tell the story again. They had this one and a lighter one. The lighter one disappeared from the website, but this one was still on there. And so I was like, ooh, I like this. I mean, I could do without like these right here. I could do without these 8 shades right here. But it's good for, you know what I'm looking at? This row right here is like the Natasha. It's like the Natasha palette. Wait a minute. This one row is a condensed version of this palette, minus the blacks and the brown. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That one row is a condensed version of this palette, minus these 3 shades up here. Excuse me for that glare. What? So now I'm really like, do I want to keep what the heck? Y'all, I was looking at this like, wait a minute. That is this palette. It's a condensed version of this palette, even including this shade and like this one down here. Listen, I'm gonna see if I have something similar to this in my kit, and if not, this will just go on my kit, and I can stop trying to force myself to remember to accept it for what it is. And because this stuff has a 24-month PAO, you know, it still has a lot of life left in it. Damn, y'all. The PAO for this is October 2027, so this will probably end up in my kit. I do have the Urban Decay Naked in my kit, but I need to, and I am going to do a full inventory of all that stuff, and the stuff in storage, and the stuff in the ottoman. Like, I'm going to just do and it'll probably take me days, like a few hours this day, a few hours that day, because I got a lot of stuff, y'all. Yeah. So if it's time for Urban Decay Naked Palette to die, I'm gonna put this in there. I was tripping. I was like, this whole side, and even this shade. But I like this one, and I like all the formulas in here. Like, nothing in here is flaky, nothing in here is chunky monkey. This one I use mostly for that lightness under my brow bone, and I can tell that's that brush shape. And this is the brush that I use, this brush right here. And so I just stab it to get it on a brush and put it on my lid, and you can see the stab shape, the stab marks in there. Oh, hey, Locke. I wish they slow down. I hear you. I'm really just, yeah. And then it's, okay. But I really, this one, the formula, this is that smooth formula that I like from them. The same as some of their other palettes I showed you so far tonight. This is really nice. And so it is a lot of variety. If you want to do the dark, you have up here. You want to do like the neutral glam, you have this down here, which might be dark depending on your complexion. But there's a lot in here to work with. And I'm looking at these two, and they look the same. The light is blowing it out. These are darker when I look over here. They do look like they're not the same shade. This is a deeper brown, but it's showing up a little greenish. It has some green in here in this one, where this one is more just like a mid-tone brown. But there's a lot to work with in here. There's a lot to work with here, and I'm hesitating because I was wondering if I could just do, which I could if I wanted to. Thank you, Locke. If I wanted to just do a week of Lady of Shalott, because I could easily do that with this. But then because we do 3 lives a week, that would only be 2 videos a week. But yeah, I really like that palette. Yeah, so I'm gonna look in there if the naked palette is, if it's time to go. Excuse me. I'll put that dramatic palette in there, because then that'll take me down to 34 or 35, depending on if I keep the one that I'm on the fence about. Y'all, can y'all believe it? Because I was trying to get down to my sweet spot, which was the mid-60s. And now, 35, well, we'll say 34, 35. And I'm feeling like that's insane, but then I feel like it's not, because I really like what I have. I'm going to have 35 or 36, because there's one that I'm on the fence about. And if this one goes in my kit and I declutter the one that I'm on the fence about, I'll be down to 34. So we may not do roundups anymore, because it'll be the same palettes every single month. I probably only need about 10 of that many, says Tanya. And so what I did is I really started paying attention, because I know I keep saying if we lean a certain way, most of our stuff is going to lean that way. And so it's like we have whatever we like, we have all the colors. And that's one thing that I like about the Natashas, is because even though they're lighter, more ethereal, whatever, they do serve a purpose. The glam palette serves a purpose. Retro glam serves a purpose. If I'm doing a creative look or a natural look, whatever, a glam look, those are the ones I reach for. And I do travel with them, because whatever combination I use is going to look nice. And I don't have to think too much about it. Instead of roundups, we can do your favorite palettes of the month. All of them. Especially if we let this one go, all of them will be my favorites. But if I do get down to even 35, I'll be using all of my palettes every month. Especially if I pair. So, and we are getting to where they're all my favorites. I'm looking at the ones that's over here, and I'm just like, I'm feeling kind of crazy, but or maybe creating looks using other palettes. Yeah, and that's pairing palettes to me, is when you're using more than one palette. And so Cryptic, I need to use this some more, y'all. The flaky flakes in here, the flake monsters in here. Janessa gifted this to me. I was lusting over this palette. I was on a no-buy and sneaky. Janessa had purchased it and sent it to me. And this is something's traveling. So I'm seeing like bright green. This shit. When I look right here where I'm looking now, it's blue. When I look where you are, it's a bright green. This is what I see when I looked over to the side. This one right here. But look, so damn, that is pretty. So you see the blue, and then you see the gold green, and then you see just bright gold. Damn, I didn't catch that blue before. But when I looked over here, I'm like, oh, it's blue, but I looked where you are, and it's gold, but then it's green. Y'all, wow. But this is traveling, because there's flakes of that shade in the palette. So that one is traveling. This is a beast. This is a flaky ass beast. Apparition is a flaky ass beast. I think Janessa said that she wets the brush. So the flaky beast in here, this one, this one, this one, and you can tell by how they look. It's just like, but when you get them on, they look pretty though. But I just, damn. What's with this? This one looks like it wants to hard. Where am I looking at? That shine in the middle to me indicates hard pan, but I don't think it is when I used it. I do not think that's hard pan though. Which one did I just say? This one. Oh, nope. That ain't hard pan. That ain't hard pan. That ain't hard pan at all, which is great. And that's like that other shadow on whatever palette it was. I was saying it looks like it's hard pan, but it's not. But this, when I saw this, I was like, so if you love greens, you got this side. If you like light ethereal, you got that side. There's a lot to do with this palette. I'm just kind of turned off in a way at those fake monsters. But when you get them on, they're decent. And they do work for me with a sponge tip applicator. So I have to use the same technique I use with that flake beast in Moonlit Seduction. Get a flake on the sponge tip applicator, get it here, and then smear it. And then the color shows up fine. But I just have to do all of that. But this, when I saw this color story on Instagram, I was about to lose my mind. But there's green all up in here. Dude, that green is traveling. That's a yeah. Passport is in hand because that sucker is traveling. And so yeah, so this is Cryptic palette from Jolie Beauty. I'm trying to figure out which way it goes. And I'm finding which way it goes because I'm touching where it looks like there's flakes, and if it smears, that's the side that goes down. Do y'all keep these in y'all palettes? I know a lot of, excuse me for that. I know a lot of people throw them away. Do y'all keep those in your palettes, or do you toss them? What is the Dior? Why is that Dior bronzer blush I want on eBay for double the price now? Because it's popular. Is that the one you were trying to figure out if you were going to use it or just buy it as an art piece for decoration? Message held. I'm sure it was nothing bad. You toss it. You toss is... I don't know what that's in reference to. Not like 4 different palettes or more, just to... Oh, okay. What did you toss, Michelle? I'm missing something. I'm sorry. I finally finished watching back. I think it was the Cinco de Mayo Dead Look. Oh, you tossed the plastic. And I had said I'm a lead for a gig that I needed to reply to. And so y'all know, just like now, I say something to move on, and then when y'all comment, I'm like, what was that? And I said it like, 30 seconds ago, and I'm already like, I don't know what you're talking about. And it was a new person in here, and she was like, you're going to get it. And I'm like, get what? I'm like, what are you... I'm like, I don't understand. But when I watched it back, I'm like, oh, she was talking about I'm going to get the gig. I would feel embarrassed, but I know me. So it's just like, okay. So we got 3 more, y'all. Y'all know I keep saying I recommend these Connecting Color MAC palettes, the 12 pans. They sell them at the MAC store. They sell them at Ulta. I do recommend these when Ulta has a 20% off coupon that includes Prestige. The formula, I love the formula. They're easy to work with. It's going to look nice. And this looks like it's monochromatic, but I actually get a lot of variety out of this palette. And even Future Flames, and of course Hi-Fi Color, because that's like the MAC version of Circle Loco. But the formula is solid. Like look at everything is just smooth. There's no mess. They go on easy. The color shows up. Like, I love these. I don't see me without this one or the other 2. I just don't. I don't. Yeah, 2 more, y'all. Makeup by Mario Moonlight palette. I was looking to see if we can get under an hour. We got 2 minutes. This hole's getting bigger and bigger. I had a brain fart to get the first one, but that's almost like, it's lighter than the Glam palette. It's lighter than this one. So I'm like, girl, you tripping. And it's because I like the formula in here. Surprisingly, this shade and this one look exactly the same on me. And those are not even the same color. So I'm like, what is up with that? They look exactly the same on my lid. I put one on one eye, one on the other. You couldn't tell them apart. I'm just like, they don't even look the same in the van. But, yeah, I did. I decided to pass on it because I'm like, girl, them shades wouldn't even show up on you. Just like the Nature palette. No. But this, I really like it. I really like this palette. This is an easy smoky look. If you like smoky looks, an easy, very inexpensive alternative is the e.l.f. Bite Size Truffle palette. I did one eye, which is their smoky quad. It's 4 shades. And I did one eye with that, and I did one eye with these and that brown. People could, and I did a battle. People couldn't tell which eye was what eye. And then the ones that thought it was Mario, it was the e.l.f. because of the formula and because of how the colors looked. So I don't know if it's kicking people out or what. Because the number keeps dropping. You got ethereal eyes. Yes, I know it's beautiful. Which ethereal eyes? This one is ethereal eyes Moonlight. And then it was ethereal eyes natural. And then the original first ethereal eyes. And that's what I'm saying, Michelle. The formula. Whew. It's a couple of y'all commenting, but it's only showing one person. Oh, the original one? Yeah, the formula is solid. The formula is solid. But I don't know if I would repurchase this. So that's the thing. But then I might, though. I use it more for role play stuff than regular eyeshadow looks. But the formula. And even though these are not flaky, it took a little bit of work to get them to show up. But it's just trippy how these are not the same shade, but they look the same when I put them on. But the formula, even the match that's in here, this one tricks me. This is like a bright blue or something. This is some sort of sorcery dual chrome where it shows up like a blue. And I just be, so every time I go to use it, he might come out. He ain't gonna come out with more color stories because that's where he lives. That's where he lives. That's the color story he lives in. So this, now watch it just look like how it looks in here. When I put this on my lid, it's like a blue. So what is that like? And I didn't even put a lot on here, y'all. It just, so what's that, like a silver or a silver blue or just a silver? Because my eye wants to say a blue. That is bold as hell. White, blue. Okay. Because I was thinking I see blue, but I know sometimes I think a color is a color, and they're like, no, that's not. It's such and such. But this, it surprises me because it doesn't look like it would do that. It doesn't. I don't see any hint of any color in there, and I always think it's white. And when I put it on, I'm like, oh shit, that's blue. But this, and it does not take a lot. The formula, y'all. The formula is solid. But I do have to remember, okay, that's not a white, because I'll go to put it on my inner corner thinking it's white, and I'm like, okay, it's blue. But I did, Tanya, and I've been doing that lately. And then I wipe it off right away, because I know I keep a cloth, actually quite a few cloths over here. I did that with something else, with one of the lipsticks or something. We got one more, y'all. Pow. I like this palette. I know people was not liking it. The reason I like this palette is it's the same formula as one of those years when she came out with all the quints, and they were like, oh, this is a creamy formula, it's not as sparkly. I love that creamy formula. And there's like 4 shades in here that's in different quints. These 2 were in the same quint, and I think this one and this one were in another quint. But this right here, these, you see them dips in there. I'm not using it a lot, but that's how soft they are. They are not flaky. They're not chunky. They go on as smooth as that Mario shade I just swatched. Every one, I want to say all of them. This one, you can see the sparkles in there. I keep wanting to say it's a matte, but it's not. Does it go on matte? I don't remember. And this is the other matte in here. If this was a dark brown, that would have been wonderful. But you know how they do. But this, the formula, this. And here I go again, hearing myself saying, it's the formula. It's the formula. So these are the palettes we used in April, which we'll use them all again in May. Because y'all, we are really getting down to the wire. And what'll be something is if I get down to like 30. And I'm just be like, and I'm kind of tripping because when I had more palettes and trying to make sure I use them all and trying to rotate and all of that stuff. So I'm going to send you a picture of these 3 palettes, Michelle, to see if you want those. And if you do, I'll send them to you. So this is what we used last month, minus the ones that we're getting rid of. And this is this and the 2 that I'm decluttering, I think is 18. So that's like half of my stash. That's half of my stash. That's it. So that, you can't believe you cut them in half. Over. I know. And that's why I'm kind of tripping a little bit, Michelle. It's like, and I remember I kept saying mid-60s is my sweet spot. And I'm all excited. I'm down to 35, 36. I'm just like, girl. And it's to the point where when I move a palette, the rest of them kind of slide because I have them in rows. I take one out, everything slide. And because these were all from all 3 rows, all of them kind of like leaning back now. I'm just like, oh my God. 30. Oof. You know what? I'm not going to say no. Because if this goes in my kit and I do get rid of the one that I'm on the fence about, I'm going to be down to 34. But I'm looking at everything I have left. Like, I'm really digging it. I'm looking at them right now. I'm like, and over the last week, and I do think this no-buy is doing something to me too, because the no-buy started the first. Today is only whatever. Excuse me, but I keep looking like, what else am I just like on the fence about, or what else isn't really like hitting the spot? But it's everything. And then sometimes I'll think of a palette, be like, yeah, I could get rid of that. But then I open it, look at it, I'm like, nah, that's still a banger. That's still a banger. And so, but it might. Yes, Michelle, hardcore, May 1st to December 31st. And when my accountability partner, she was like, let's just go hardcore from the first to the end of the year. My first thought was, damn. And my second thought was, let's do it. And so that's what I text back, damn, let's do it. And so we do have exemptions in the cart that I got on the for the pro side too. No makeup, no skincare, nothing. And so I included the pro side because I got a lot of shit, y'all. I got a lot of stuff. But then I saw one of those collapsible wagons. I'm like, that would be nice to put all my stuff in and not keep making, multiple trips trying to carry stuff in, because then, my back pain flares up, my hips are all of that stuff. But yeah, so I used an exemption already for the collapsible wagon. But yeah, Michelle, oh my gosh. December 31st. And how I'm feeling so excited now about the palettes that I have. I'm like, what else can come out? Because when I see stuff, I'm like, I kind of have that color story. Like, I had, and if not the whole thing, I could parcel it out and be like, if I wanted to do such and such look, I could pull this, pull that, pull this, pull that. Yeah, and it happened quick because I mentioned to somebody, I'm thinking of doing a no-buy. I haven't thought about how long or what the terms are or whatever. And they were like, I'll join you, and I'm like, oh shit. I was like, fuck. It's really exciting, and because we have all the things, y'all. We do. We have all the things. If you like a certain color, you're right, Locke. I don't have 669 yet. I'm hopeful. Since Beauty Bay came back that they are going to get it, and I'm going to tell you now, and I'm going to use an exemption, I'm going to buy it. So I'm telling all y'all. 669 coming out, I'm buying that palette. And y'all paid for the palette, actually, to be honest, because y'all donated for that. And the donations is enough to cover the palette and shipping. So I'm holding on to hope here. So even though I have my lethal dupe, I'm going to still get it. I know for sure. I know for sure. But I just feel really, I want to say relieved in a way. Because I do still keep track of when I use palettes. Oh, this is how I came up with these palettes to use in April. I went through my spreadsheet and I looked at, because I put down the look number and ain't nothing like I looked at, I put down the look number and the date of that look, right? So I know how many times I use these palettes or whatever. And so what I did was I looked to see what palettes have I not used in February. So these are all palettes. Well, some I did use for like collab looks and stuff, but that's how I came up with these palettes to use, because I was trying to catch everything up to now, or at least to March. And so the majority of these I have not used since February until April. I used them all in April. And so that's how I'm kind of tracking, because I remember I say a lot, I want to have everything in a constant rotation. I don't want to have anything, oh, I haven't used that in 6 months, or I haven't used that in whatever. But now, because the number is so low, I can use, even if I do a look a couple times a week, not counting collabs, whatever, I can easily use all of these within 2 months. But it'll probably be a month if I pair palettes together. But and I'm just feeling really good about that, because y'all know I love for stuff to be used. And to do that, you got to keep a rotation some kind of way, in my mind. I'm not saying to do that. That's just how I am. I want stuff to be used and nothing just to sit for like months, and I haven't used it. And so these are the majority of palettes that I have not used since February until April. And so I am making it a point. And that's why it's important for me to really love what I have, because I don't want to force it. I don't want to force it like, oh, I gotta use that palette. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that is it for this live stream, y'all. And I am just really excited. I feel really good because I know I'm going to use what I have because I love these palettes. I'm looking at all these blushes and highlighters and bronzers over here. Like, that tray is almost full, y'all. Oh my gosh. But I do use it though. Cause I'm down. I'm up to 2 bronzers, at least 2 blushes, 2 highlighters, 2 finishing powders, and so I do use all of that stuff too. But I am just really excited about these eyeshadow palettes. I am. So we're gonna go. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate y'all for being here and sharing in all of my little joys and in all of my purchases that I got and the soon to come gold star. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's GODE star. Those color contact lenses. So I'll move one of the current lives that's scheduled to put in when I'm going to do that one. But you know what? We're not going to do that. We're just going to do a video. We're just going to do a video. She had said to me, because I asked her if she wanted me to... Oh, good night, Michelle. I had asked her if she wanted me to send her the link to the video when I did the video. She said, "Oh, that would be great if I send her the unpublished video, and when they approve it, I can make it public." Y'all know I don't play that shit. I'm just like, because I had a fit when the program tried to run that shit. I was just like, you ain't paying me to do a job where I need your approval. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that'll just be a video. So I'll just pop that in somewhere. I do kind of want to do a live though, but yeah, we'll just do that video, and then maybe another. I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna go. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for sharing in my purchases. Thank you for sharing in the astonishment of 34 palettes. 35 palettes. And I know some of y'all are excited for me too, so I do appreciate that. So we're going to go. We'll be back here tomorrow night. I forget what we're doing, but we will be here. Get where you're going safe, Janet. And yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow night if you're able to make it. If not, replay crew, they be rocking. So that's okay if you replay crew. And so on that note, we didn't do the intro, but y'all already know what, as always, self-acceptance, self-love, that is the crazy Troll Nation way. You'll see me tomorrow night. Bye.